Hi, I'm Lewis Miller. I'm the product manager for Mercury Marine's digital controls and rigging. We're here in Plant 33, one of our test facilities in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, on a boat that, well, we're in the middle of renovating and getting it ready for the spring season and get it back out on the water. One of the things we thought of doing then is we're about ready to replace our gauges. The current SmartCraft gauges in there, we want to replace those with new ones, and we just kind of wanted to bring you along as we do that and show you how to uninstall your old gauges, put in the new ones, and get them set up and ready to use for your time on the water. So, first thing you want to do is make sure you got the power off to your boat, and also you're going to want to make sure you have access to behind your helm and to that dash on your helm. So, you might have to, obviously every boat's different, so we'd recommend that you reference your boat manual to find out how to best do that. For our purposes today, we've got kind of a cutaway of what your helm might look like. I think it's going to be a lot easier to show you the different setup and what that harnessing is going to look like. What we've got here are 4 gauges. We have 2 SC1000s, a speed and attack, and 2 SC100 link gauges, a fuel and an oil pressure gauge. You can always tell the difference between the SC1000 and the SC100s by that LCD screen. The SC1000s are always going to have that digital display. The SC100 link gauges will not. So if I turn it around and show you the harnessing, you can see your tachometer and your speedometer are always going to have their own distinct harnessing. This harnessing is going to be connected to the J-box at your helm, which is then gets connected to the engine. All your SC100 link gauges are all then daisy chained together, and that daisy chain always begins with a connection off of your tachometer harness. So when it comes to replacing your gauge, the first step you want to do is obviously remove your current gauges. The first thing that needs to be done is removing that harness. I would recommend you look at your harness before you start taking it off and make sure that that they're still labeled properly. As I mentioned, the speedometer and the tachometer both have distinct harnessing, so you want to make sure you don't get those mixed up when you're setting up your new gauges. So if the stickers have fallen off or if they're old and they're not labeled very well, we recommend taking a piece of tape, a piece of yarn, something that you can put on there so you can distinguish which one is which when you put them back together. So the first thing you want to do is on your SC1000s, you just grab the end of it. You can see there's a little clip there. If you put a little pressure, it'll come right off. The SC100s, the link gauges, you can see there's just a little snap on there. You want to just pull that snap back and they should slide right apart. You want to continue that across all of your harnessing until all of your gauges are disconnected. The next and really the final step in removing your gauges is simply removing the retaining nut. No tools should be required. You can just do this by hand. You just want to begin working that nut off. Once it's off, you can just set that aside. It can be reused with your new gauges, and then you just gently work that gauge out of the slot that it was in. You want to continue that for all of your gauges, and once that's done, you've removed your gauges and you're ready to put in your new ones.